See this beautiful 20 by 30 garage behind me? I just built it. Well, not just now. It took me 5 days, but you want to see how I did it? I'll show you. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Behind me, we got a 20 by 30 garage, which is this week's project. Maybe next week's project also, depending on how fast I go and how the weather is. We're already on day 2. The lumber load actually showed up over a day late. The rafters were all stacked on top of the studs that I needed, which of course, if you've watched this channel, you've heard me complain about the way lumber yards load lumber when they deliver it. We're not gonna go there now. We're gonna move on to a happy place. So I decided I was gonna cut and stack all my rafters. So I got that done, which is good, that's out of the way. I had to make sure we're not exactly 20 by 30, so that was pulling some measurements and doing some work to get that. All my plates are laid out and in place. They're all ready to go. So I got all my headers built, not built, but cut. I didn't even pull the compressor of the gun out yesterday on the first day. I just got done blowing these stupid maple leaves off, which you can probably hear everybody else in the neighborhood blowing their leaves right now. Let's get to it. Let's build this thing. Let's see how long it takes. I'm guessing longer than it should. All right, I got most of my walls up. Let me show you. It is windy. There's leaf blowers and lawnmowers going everywhere. I apologize if you can't hear me. This front section here I assembled with the header because the header was in the full section of the wall, so I was able to stand that. This one, the window, is half and half, so I'm gonna have to get that plate nailed up and get that header in. But before I do that, I'm gonna get my front walls in. I got them all made up. This center one has got jacks going both ways for each header. It's an 11 7/8 header, so it comes down 11 7/8 from there to there, and it's just a single top plate above the headers, which is fine because you don't need a double top plate because it's a header, it's solid. So those are there. That's gonna be fun. But we're gonna get at least these corner, that wall and that wall, we'll get these corners in. That way we've got something stable here. We can get our walls nailed up there, and I'll get my header in there. I'm not too concerned with getting all the jacks and everything below it. I just want that header in so I can get top plates on and get the big headers installed. That one's not going to be too bad. This one's going to be a bear. I hate doing these. I should hire help. I really should, but that would be no fun. Frame the rest of that in later. Right now we're going to go for the smaller of the big headers. Yeah, this could be another sketchy one. Alright, that went not as bad as it could have. We're going to set the inside one, which I usually cut an 1/8 inch shy, so it'll fit. Doesn't always fit though. Let's find out. Alright, that's in good enough for now. It's leaned in, so I'm gonna have to get an A-brace on it so nothing stupid happens when I set these. That's what I'm doing next, but I'm gonna take a minute, get my strength before I do that one. Alright, well, if you guys watch enough of my videos, you know that I tend to set these headers differently every time. I don't know why, maybe it's the ADD. I'm giving this about a 50-50 chance that it works. Move you guys to the back. Oh! Just stepped in a hole. I really hope this one is small enough to go in here. Yeah. Nice. I did that whole thing with the compressor off. Stupid, forgot to turn it back on. Okay, I'm gonna run a couple lags in each of these to draw them up nice and tight, and then nail them up. Then we go for top plates. Woohoo! We're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. Now I'm dizzy. Woo! I shouldn't have done that. All right, day 2, and we're into day 2. Since I last talked to you, I think I got the window frame on the side. All the top plates are in and laid out. The gable walls laid out at 16 on center for the studs. The eave walls laid out at 24 on center for the rafters, and joists. Joists are also 24 on center. If you want to berate me in the comments about how they shouldn't be 2 feet on center, blah 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 blah, because of earthquakes and hurricanes and high winds and snow loads and Godzilla and alien invasion, you can go ahead and put that down in the comments. We'll have that discussion. I drilled in extra anchor bolts alongside the doors, although I have to get 2 bolts in the center wall between the headers. Now that I have that straight, I'm going to plumb those down because I didn't really have a frame of reference in what line they were in to be in plane with the wall. Now I do. So the front wall is braced down to the back wall, the back plate, so the front wall can't go anywhere. It's nice and straight. Next up is all these ceiling joists that I started cutting so I can install them. Those will hold the back wall in place. I also got everything plumbed in and some angle bracing on all the walls, so they're nice and plumb. Again, if you want to talk to me about how you're supposed to square and sheathe the walls before you stand them, A is just little old me, okay? I'm not a very strong guy to square, sheathe, and stand 20 and 30 foot walls. And secondly, when you have pitch to your garage floor, you cannot square and stand because that does not make the walls plumb. We're going for plumb, not for square. We're going to run these ceiling joists, and then we're going to run OSB, at least on the eave walls, so we'll get the back and the front, and then it should be ready for the rafters, which have been cut and sitting off to the side for 2 days now. I think we're doing okay. Weather's cooperating. This is it's beautiful for mid-November, I'll tell you that. I'm not going to get too many more of these days, so I got to use them while I can. So instead of yapping with you goofballs, I'm going to get back to work. Well, all right, guys, we're catching up at the end of the day here. I think I might have said day 2 at the beginning of this. This is day 3, day 2 of building, but day 3. I wasn't running the camera while I was running the sheathing and the ceiling joist, but it's up. It's all nailed off, everything all the way around. I've got my ridges set up on the horses. They're laid out and cut for the foot overhang for the fly rafters. This is going to be a 6 pitch on the roof. Normally I build them at 4 pitch. So with 2 foot on center joists and a 6 pitch on the roof, you get probably 4 feet at the ridge. A little bit of storage up there. Homeowner should be happy about that. One issue I ran into, I thought I've been dealing with tennis elbow, and it seems to be something much worse than that. Kind of darn near debilitated me while I was putting this sheathing up. It took me forever. It's very disappointing, but I'm gonna get out of here because I'm not getting anything productive done at this point, and setting rafters is next. Luckily it's Friday, so I'm gonna go home and take some Motrin and ice this thing, try to nurse myself back to health, and we'll see in a couple seconds what came of my weekend. All right, well, it is Monday, day 3 of building, day 4 on the job. I'm still kind of down a wing here. It didn't really heal itself over the weekend. Go figure. My rafters are staged. I've got my ridge ready. I have to temporarily set my ridge, you know, on the bracing like I do. If you've watched these before, if you haven't, what are you doing? Go check out the other videos. Hopefully my elbow doesn't give out on me and I go crashing. If I do, you'll have something spectacular to watch, I guess. So, here we go. Oh, that was a struggle fest. But we're installed, so I guess we fire up the compressor, get the gun going, start actually putting the rest of these in, putting some actual nails and everything. Now that we're all temporarily up, let's make it permanent. And now here I am, back home at the shop because I left my gun. I had the truck cleaned out because I was moving stuff this weekend, and yeah. Okay, so hopefully I didn't wake the sleeping dog in there because he'll terrorize my house. So I'm gonna head back to the job now, and we're gonna really put the rafters up. I swear, seriously this time. All right, now that we've conquered the side quest, let's get back to the main mission. Start running some rafters. I'm gonna set one on the front in the center of that big span of ridge. Is bowed this way, so I'm going to set a rafter on this side first to kind of push it back, and then I'll set one opposing it. I should be able to run them. Hopefully my arm keeps working. It's very, very sore, but we're still functioning. So. All right, it's day 4 of the build for all you cool kids out there. And Bill, I see you stuck around too, but appreciate it, Bill. I mean, even though you're not one of the cool kids. We're already well into the day. I got the far gable closed up because I was able to set up scaffold. I don't think I'll be able to set up scaffold on this side. So while I'm getting set up over here on this side, I'll show you what I did on that side, and then we will keep this ball rolling. You know what? I cut every one of these at the wrong angle. I cut them at about 19 degrees, which is a 4-pitch. This is a 6-pitch, which is like 22 or something. So I got to sharpen all these. I'll be back. I was able to set up on this side. It was a little crowded and a few shrubberies in the way, but this side is also done. Now we got to run some fascias and some fly rafters, and I'm running out of room on this card, so we're going to have to try to do that quick. side went smooth. That side in that jungle was a pita. Woo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to day 5 of this garage build. We're going to go after throwing OSB at this roof. I already have all my full sheets that I need stacked in the back. The front I do not have stacked yet, but I have a giant pile of 5-footers and 3-footers cut because I am 32 feet all the way across. So I'm going to start with a 5-footer, run 3 full 8-foot sheets, and with a 3. Start with a 3, run 3 full sheets, and with a 5, jump back again. There should be 3 full rows, and we're like 12'3" on this. So I'm gonna have little rips up at the top. I don't like that, but what can you do? I think I'm gonna do the back first just to get the hardest part out of the way, and then we'll move to the front. After that, we have to finish up our joists inside because they are bracing. We talked about that the other day. So once the sheathing is on, we can pull the bracing, put up the joists, install a window. We should install the door, but the door is messed up and kind of broken, so waiting for the supplier to get me another door out here. And we trim the overhead doors. That should be it. Make it sound simple, but I've got 24 sheets of OSB I got to get on this roof. So I'm going to stop yapping about it and get after it. Alright, I got it all buttoned up. Put the rips of OSB up off camera, and then actually I trimmed out the doors, set the window. Service door can't go in because the one they sent me is junk, and we're still waiting on another one to show up. So that'll have to either be installed by the siders, or I will have to come back and install it. But that's it. Let me give you a quick nickel tour. This thing's got to be at least worth 7 cents. All right. We are 20 deep, 30 wide, and we have a 612 pitch up top. Joists every 2 feet, which is an upgrade from a standard run-of-the-mill baseline garage. 4 pitch is usually what we do also, so this is a 612. Gives you just about 4 feet up to the ridge. That actually is pretty nice for some storage, especially with the 2 feet. It's pretty good. Yeah, single window and 8-foot door, 16-foot door, 36-inch service door that ain't here. Well, it's here, but it's wrong. I'm parked way up front today because I got a Beamer in the way back there, and it's a little too classy for me. I feel really weird walking by it, like I'm gonna crash into it and hurt it. Hopefully that doesn't happen.